The key to unlocking your mind comes from 5 important tips that are actionable, easy, yet life-changing. To unlock your mind means to no longer be a slave to your thoughts, to gain control of your mind and set it on a track to drive you towards your desired future self. All of us have had moments where our mind was holding us back, sending us thoughts that kept us from progressing, feeling overwhelmed and wanting to shut down. Unlocking the mind is a critical step on your journey to feel real good, which is what this channel is all about. Here's the breakdown of the 5 things we're going to dive into. Number 1, change your perception. Number 2, feed your mind. Number 3, feed your body. Number 4, let go of full control. Number 5, customize for you. Let's dive in, shall we? So, number 1, change your perception. Your mind is generating thoughts all the time, sometimes more than others, but it is a thought-generating machine. Now let's paint a picture to help land this perspective. Imagine that you are standing in the middle of a highway, and the thoughts that your mind is throwing at you are cars on that highway, speeding past you as you stand there balancing amidst the chaos. Now, let's reposition yourself. Don't stand in the middle of the highway, silly. That's never a good idea. Let's take you and sit you on a mound under a tree with shade next to the highway at a reasonable distance. Now, the cars are still driving by, but you're watching from afar. You're saying, "Oh, look at that thought, and look at that thought. That's interesting. Oh, that thought right there looks like a good one." You become an audience member, observing what your mind is generating, and you are providing yourself the vantage to be more objective and to separate yourself from what your thoughts may be. This way, you can have the breathing room to not be a victim of an onslaught, but to be in control. You can choose the thoughts you want to pay attention to and make yours. The thoughts you decide to associate with have a massive impact to how you live your life. Which brings us to the next tip. Number 2, feed your mind. Did you know that your mind loves to eat? Oh yeah, it is a voracious eater, never gets full, and it eats thoughts. It eats words that your ears hear, or those that your eyes read. It eats what it is fed, and you can and should choose what it gets to eat. If you focus on thoughts that are negative, sad, depressing, restricting, then your mind will hold on to those things and will bring them into your life. On the other hand, if you focus on the thoughts that are positive, growth-oriented, confident, appreciative, empathetic, compassionate, then your mind will work to materialize those things. Your mind is programmed from every thought and every word that you have it focus on. And as the psychologist, economist, and author Daniel Kahneman wrote about in his book, Thinking Fast and Slow, our more automatic, fast, responsive System 1 will internalize the thoughts and words, and those will shape who we become. All you have to do is direct your mind with the right spoken words, written words, and the right focus on the right thoughts. Give your mind the right items to focus on, as if you were raising a child. Which books would you read your child? What words would you repeat to your child? What thoughts would you want your child to have more of? Think this way of your mind. Treat it like something you are nurturing and taking care of. The key to unlock the mind is within this point. And speaking of feeding, let's touch on the more literal meaning of that in the third point. Number 3, feed your body. Feed your body what it needs. Give it exercise, give it sunlight, give it good care, and your mind will benefit. Because guess what? Your brain/mind is a part of your body. If you eat the wrong thing, neglect your body, expose it to the wrong chemicals, then your brain will suffer from those inputs and will produce discouraging circumstances such as sadness, anger, negativity, doubt, jealousy, etc. What food you decide to feed your body will directly influence your gut biome. And there has been plenty of research that showed connections between the gut microbiome and the health of the mind and quality of thoughts. I'm sure you've heard of the immense role that the gut microbiome has on your overall health and well-being, which we'll be getting deeper into it in this channel for sure, so subscribe to stay tuned. And this is definitely true when it comes to your mind. Feed your body the right variety of nutrients and food products, and your mind will blossom. Feed it alcohol, junk food, and overall unbalanced diet, then your mind will stay locked and will fade in quality slowly over time, then suddenly when you least expect it. And we'll keep it short on exercise, but it is a gift for your mind. It removes the byproducts of stress, it brings clarity and focus. It lifts the mind into a higher state. But no matter what we do, there are so many variables and inputs into the equation of the mind that we can't always have fantastic days. That's where tip number 4 comes in. Number 4, let go of full control. Your mind will have its days, on and off, up and down. The equation that determines the quality of your mind in a given day has an uncountable number of variables that it just isn't possible for us to be in full control all the time. Some inputs are purely out of our control, like the weather, atmospheric pressure, disturbances that interfere with our sleep, the news we hear in the morning, and on and on. So friends, please, give yourself the flexibility to have an off day, to feel a bit down sometimes. It's okay. Everything is going to be great. You are still progressing on your feeling real good journey. If the day just seems to be a bit off, just take it easy. Don't force anything. Maybe take an Epsom salt bath versus traveling, or do some stretching versus a full fitness class. Order in something healthy versus cooking for the week. Give your mind the approval to have an off day every now and then. It's normal. It happens to everyone. Embrace it, and you will be able to move forward farther in the long term. If you expect to be 100% on all the time, you are setting yourself up for a lot of disappointment. And that could derail you off of your path, and we just cannot have that. So trust me, this is one of the most important tips to truly unlock your mind and get to a feeling real good situation. Let the tide pass. Let the waves subside. The world oscillates. All things oscillate. Your body and mind also oscillate. But aside from prescriptive guidance, you actually need to form your own unique playbook. And that comes from the last tip. Number 5, build a custom plan for you. Observe what works and what doesn't. Learn a thing about what is best for your mind each day. Did you feel good? What contributed to that? Did you feel down? What contributed to that? What about your diet do you think worked well and did not work well? What types of exercise produced the best results? Just as we said that you should observe your thoughts from the side of the highway, you should take this approach with yourself in general. Become deeply in tune with how your mind is doing, how you're feeling in general. Become a whisperer of yourself. There are tons of signals that our mind is giving us, and we have to become expert linguists at the language of our own mind. There are many methods that help us listen and reflect and form actions that help us improve. One very powerful one is to reflect through journaling. Having dedicated time to channel reflection through written words onto paper helps us organize what we've been able to observe through the day and establish incremental improvement actions. The body, the mind, and the soul all need to be unlocked. But unlocking the mind will be one of your most critical goals on this journey. Following these 5 tips should form the key that unlocks your mind in a sustainable way. So here's a summary. First, we said to observe your mind from the side of the highway. Second, we said to be selective with what thoughts and messages you feed your mind. Third, we said to make sure you are feeding your body right, since that impacts the health of your mind. Fourth, we said to embrace the fluctuations of life and allow for the down days. And fifth, we said to learn the unique language of yourself, listen closely for the signs, and develop your own unique plan that works best for you. And I'm sure that you all have some valuable tips to share as well, and if so, please leave a comment. Your comments also help inform video ideas, so let me know. Friends, this journey continues together, one that is the most worthwhile, and I promise you will find yourself not just feeling good, but feeling real good. And if you'd like to completely unlock your potential, here are my videos on unlocking the body and the soul. See you next time.